In this video, I'm going to demonstrate some of the basic functions of SpeechPulse. New paragraph. Right now, I'm dictating to Windows Notepad using auto punctuation mode. I'm also running SpeechPulse on an NVIDIA GPU. New paragraph. As you can see, right now I'm using the real-time processing mode. In this mode, SpeechPulse inserts the text as you dictate. New paragraph. SpeechPulse also has few other dictation modes where you can control how it works. New paragraph. Now I'm going to switch off the real-time processing mode and switch to the automatic speech input mode. Now SpeechPulse is using automatic speech input mode with auto spacing. That means SpeechPulse only inserts the text after you complete the dictation. With auto spacing mode, SpeechPulse scans the previous character in the text edit to determine if it should enter a space character before the next speech segment. Now I am going to switch SpeechPulse to the manual spacing mode. With manual spacing, SpeechPulse doesn't scan the previous character and immediately inserts the text. It is faster, but you have to enter the space character manually. New paragraph. You can also minimize the SpeechPulse window or reduce it to the taskbar. New paragraph. SpeechPulse also supports push-to-talk input. Now I am going to switch SpeechPulse to the push-to-talk mode. New paragraph. There are two push-to-talk modes, and right now I am using the push-to-talk press and hold mode, where you have to press and hold the push-to-talk hotkey to start the transcription and then release the hotkey to trigger the processing. Now I am going to switch SpeechPulse to the other push-to-talk mode. This push-to-talk mode is a toggle mode. That means you have to first press the push-to-talk hotkey to start the recording and then press it again to start the processing. You can configure push-to-talk hotkeys using the options window. There are various push to talk hotkeys. This is the primary one, and all these other push to talk hotkeys are simply easier ways to switch between different modes. There are various other hotkeys also which you can use to control speech pulse better. For example, you can turn on off the microphone, put speech pulse to sleep, and also minimize maximize using customizable hotkeys. Up to now, I am using the auto punctuation mode with the speech pulse. Speech pulse also supports manual punctuation at the moment only for the English language. Now I am going to switch speech pulse to the manual punctuation mode. New paragraph. Now I am using manual punctuation mode. Period. With manual punctuation mode, you need to manually dictate the punctuation marks. Period. New paragraph. Now I am going to switch back to the auto punctuation mode. Period. SpeechPulse also has a history window where you can find your previous dictations. SpeechPulse also has a history window where you can find your previous dictations. You can also retranscribe any of your previous dictations using different speech models, language models and other settings using the history window. SpeechPulse also has a setting where you can add your custom mappings to correct any inaccuracies in the dictation. I have already added this mapping. Speech pulse will replace with speech pulse. You can add multiple such mappings to correct the transcription output automatically. SpeechPulse also supports post-processing your dictations using large language models. Now I am going to use the standard English language model which you can download and demonstrate how it works. New paragraph. You can download language models using the language model download. Currently it only has the English standard language model which I have already downloaded. You can also download additional speech models using the speech model downloader. Larger models have better accuracy, but smaller models run faster. Now I am using the multi-large whisper model on an NVIDIA GPU. Now I am going to load the English standard language model. And switch the language model to the GPU. Now I am running both the English standard language model and the multi-large speech model on the GPU. You can also run both of them on the CPU, but the GPU is significantly faster, especially for large models. Now you need to select an AI template to process your dictations. English Standard Model has few default templates which you can use. Now I'm going to use the email example template. You can also customize these templates and to your own requirements and add new ones. You can also add examples to guide the AI language models for the desired output. Now when I dictate something, SpeechPulse will automatically AI enhance the output using the English Standard Language Model and the email template. I can't come to your party today, Michael. I have a meeting to attend. As you can see, the AI has the formatted output. You can also add any online APIs for both speech recognition and AI processing. You can add new speech APIs using the API window. Here you need to enter the API name. This can be anything, and then you can add the API URL and then the model name and the API key if you want one. All these options are not enabled by default and you have to manually enter them if you want to use any online services. Similarly, you can add any large language APIs like OpenAI, ChatGPT, Grok or other APIs using this setting. History window also supports running any of your previous transcript dictations using different AI models or different templates. Now I am going to demonstrate the file mode. File mode supports batch file transcription and subtitle net generation. Now I am going to transcribe this file using the multi-large speech model on the GPU, and I'm going to disable the AI processing. You can also enable AI processing and for example generate summaries, but now I'm going to disable it for this demonstration. You also need to select an output folder from this button. This is the transcription output window.
Hello, this is Graham Free.
This window supports various shortcuts to playback the audio. For example, you can simply click on a word to start playback from that word. You can also use the tab key for play pause.
Hello, this is Graham Freer. I'm in an
1,500 square foot barn, so it's been a bit of a rapid expansion.
And yet you hardly made a dent on this
For
premise.
advanced tidal energy manufacturers, we've got the lead contractor building kind of Grand Prix race boats. Ocean race optimistically. But the other optimistic aspect of what we do is that composites are so versatile. Found that there's no baseline, there's no standard.
You can also save the transcriptions for future editing. There's also the find and replace functionality. You can also retranscribe any of the incorrectly transcribed segments.
So we have a lot of history with boat building, so race. We've done some work with various America's Cup campaigns, golf campaigns.
Wow.
Done some work with various America's Cup campaigns. I have a lot of background with Olympic racing, so I personally built Ian Percy and Andrew Simpson's starboats.
This window also supports various output formats, both text formats and subtitle formats. You can also set the character limits per line or the word limit per line for the subtitle outputs. As you can see, now it only has one word, and when you play back this using something player, then it will sync each word with the audio. SpeechPulse also supports speaker diarization. That means it can separate speakers in your audio recordings. There are two speaker diarization methods, version 1 and version 2. You can try both of them and see what works better for your audio files. Before using diarization, you need to globally enable diarization using the options window. Here you have to enable this globally enable setting, and I am also enabling GPU acceleration for diarization because I am running this on the GPU. Then after enabling those settings, you need to restart SpeechPulse. I have already done those, so I am going to run diarization version 1 now. You can also set speaker counts for each file, but at first you can try with the default setting and how it works for your files. This is the diarization output window. As you can see, SpeechPulse has separated speakers. There are two speakers automatically detected, and this window also
Hello,
supports
this is Graham Freer.
playback.
I'm in an office.
Right, so we actually started.
You hardly made a dent on this premises, so
Yeah, so we're still rattling around. So it's very, very similar to
the
composite components. So we're not.
Is there a danger? We've had, the on.
Of course, and
You can rename speakers using this window. When you replace speakers here, SpeechPulse saves the speaker identification data so it can recognize the speakers later.
Hello, this is Graham Freer. I'm in an office in Wingate Road, Gosport.
Now the next time you run this diarization, SpeechPulse automatically will fill this speaker names when it detects these speakers in the file. This window also supports various subtitle and text output formats. You can also save diarizations and load them again for future editing.
Hello, this is Graham Freer. I'm in an office.
This window also supports editing. I mean, you can add new words and correct the transcription. You can also split each segment. For example, if it has two speakers in the single segment, you can simply press the enter key to split that into a new segment, and then you can add a new speaker name. Similarly, if this has incorrectly separated a segment, you can simply press the backspace key at the beginning of a segment to merge it with the top segment.
We've managed to upscale to a 22
And yet you hardly made a dent on this premises, so you've got big plans.
Now I am going to demonstrate the speaker diarization version 2 method. It is recommended to set speaker names for each file when you are using the V2 method. Now I am going to set speakers for all files. As you can see now, SpeechPulse automatically fills in the speaker names.
Hello, this is Graham Freer. I'm in.
Very much so. We actually started in a 1,500 square foot barn.
And yet you hardly made a dent on this.
Yeah, so we're still rattling around.
Wow, that's some.
So we have the project. Not yet. There's a couple of smaller.
I've heard about that, but the local fishermen are getting very upset because it's up.
So we are. So the tidal energy.
Yes, yes.
Yep.
And then.
The version 2 diarization usually works better when you have already saved the speakers before. When you save speakers in this window, you can also use this new and skip checkboxes. You can use the new checkbox if you want to add a new speaker without replacing the original one. Then both those speakers will be saved in the options window. For example, you can edit all the saved speakers using this saved speakers list. Right now you have only 2 speakers. You can also rename them or delete them using this window. You can also configure various settings related to file mode and speaker diarization using this options window. Now I am going to demonstrate the system audio mode. You can use system audio mode to transcribe any audio you playback on your computer. For example, you can transcribe any audio or video file you playback on your computer, or any, for example, any online videos you are watching, tutorials, you can transcribe them in real time using the system audio mode. System audio mode also supports transcribing both system audio and microphone at the same time. For example, you can use this feature to transcribe your online interviews. Now I am going to demonstrate the system audio mode, recording only the system audio. You can configure the system audio mode using this window. You can select the system audio source device from here. Usually it is your output speakers. This option is only available on Windows. Now I am going to set these timing settings to default values. These determine how fast SpeechPulse will transcribe. I am also going to disable speaker diarization and disable this setting so it will work in the default configuration. I am also going to use the paragraphs mode.
Hello, this is Graham Freer. I'm in an office in Wingate Road, Gosport, which used to be the headquarters for North Sales, I believe, and now is taken over by AC Marine and Composites. With me is Alex Newton, who's the boss here. Alex, this is an enormous factory, but you've got enormous plans, haven't you?
Very much so. We actually started in a 1,500 square foot barn in Sway, Hampshire. We've managed to upscale to a 22,000 square foot workshop in 6 months. We've grown from 2 full-time employees to I think we're on 9 now in the space of 6 months. So it's been a bit of a rapid expansion.
And yet you've hardly made a dent on this premises. So you've got big plans.
As you can see, SpeechPulse is transcribing the audio in real time. System audio mode also supports automatic speaker diarization. I'm going to enable diarization here and also check this setting to merge consecutive transcriptions. Now I'm going to select active speakers in this audio file.
Hello, this is Graham Freer. I'm in an office in Wingate Road, Gosport, which used to be the headquarters for North Sales, I believe, and now is taken over by AC Marine and Composites. With me is Alex Newton, who's the boss here. Alex, this is an enormous factory, but you've got enormous plans, haven't you?
Very much so. We actually started in a 1,500 square foot barn in Sway, Hampshire. We've managed to upscale to a 22,000 square foot workshop in 6 months. We've grown from 2 full-time employees to I think we're on 9 now in the space of 6 months. So it's been a bit of a rapid expansion.
And yet you've hardly made a dent on this premises. So you've got big plans.
You can also reduce the processing interval here to make it faster.
Hello, this is Graham Freer. I'm in an office in Wingate Road, Gosport, which used to be the headquarters for North Sales, I believe, and now is taken over by AC Marine and Composites. With me is Alex Newton, who's the boss here. Alex, this is an enormous factory, but you've got enormous plans, haven't you?
Very much so. We actually started in a 1,500 square foot barn in Sway, Hampshire. We've managed to upscale to a 22,000 square foot workshop in 6 months. We've grown from 2 full-time employees to I think we're on 9 now in the space of 6 months. So it's been a bit of a rapid expansion.
And yet you hardly made a dent on this premises. So you've got big plans, haven't you?
Yeah. So we're still rattling around in the workshop. We've got a 2-story office block, and there's currently 3 of us in here. So our plans at the moment are to expand up to about 35 people in this workshop. And then if the project that we're working on goes according to plan, we'd need to upscale again in 3 to 4 years' time.
Wow, that's some dramatic plan, that. So what is this project? Can you talk about it?
I can give you a very brief overview of what we're doing.
Okay.
So we have the project to supply composite tidal turbine blades to a company called Atlantis Resources. Atlantis Resources are arguably one of the more advanced tidal energy manufacturers. We've got the lead contract to supply composite tidal turbine blades for their Maygen site, which is essentially their flagship site in Scotland.
System audio mode also saves the recordings as WAV files, and also the transcriptions are saved to the output folder.
Hello, this is Graham Freer. I'm in an office in Wingate Road, Gosport, which used to be the headquarters for North Sales, I believe, and now has taken...
System audio modes also supports timestamps.
Hello, this is Graham Freer. I'm in an office in Wingate Road, Gosport, which used to be the headquarters for North Sales, I believe, and now is taken over by AC Marine and Composites. With me is Alex Newton, who's the boss here. Alex, this is an enormous factory, but you've got enormous plans, haven't you?
Very much so. We actually started in a 1,500 square foot barn in Sway, Hampshire. We've managed to upscale to a 22,000 square foot workshop in 6 months. We've grown from 2 full-time employees to I think we're on 9 now.
You can also transcribe microphone and system audio at the same time. First, I'm going to disable speaker diarization and then disable this setting to demonstrate how it works.
I'm in an office in Wingate Road, Gosport, which used to be the headquarters for North Sales, I believe, and now is taken over by AC Marine and Composites. With me is Alex Newton, who's the boss here. Alex, this is an enormous factory, but you've got enormous plans, haven't you?
Very much so. We actually started in a 1,500 square foot barn in Sway, Hampshire. We've managed to upscale to a 22,000 square foot workshop in 6 months. We've grown from 2 full-time employees to I think we're on 9 now in the space of 6 months. So it's been a bit of a rapid expansion.
And yet you hardly made a dent on this premises. So you've got big plans, haven't you?
Yeah. So we're still rattling around in the workshop. We've got a 2-story office block.
SpeechPulse also has various settings you can configure to your requirements. Thank you for watching this demonstration.